viewers, welcome to the channel here. Mixing up. I'm in. Let me see exactly if you're in. Let me check the chat. Let me check the chat real fast. Give me a minute. Let me check the chat. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Good evening. Check in. Check in. There we go. Hit the like button as well. Hit the like button. Before me even start, what's for dinner? Let me ask that. What is for dinner so far? Before me even get into the entire thing. What I have for dinner so far? Talk to me. What I have? And I didn't have oxtails today, so I actually had chicken. What I eat? What's for dinner? Talk to me. What is for dinner today? Talk to me. What's for dinner? Jackie, big up yourself. Clarence, big up yourself. Michelle B, big up yourself. Charmin, big up yourself. And Dora, big up yourself. What exactly is for dinner? What I have? Crawfish. Crawfish. All right. KFC. What's up? Chico 1977. Big up yourself. KFC. All right. So I didn't think they're for dinner today. All right. So may I have some talkings because what's happening today is that, let's see, smothered baked chicken with broccoli. Wow, Marcia, them think they are cook in a Barbados, okay? All right, we have for the whole week of fish. Okay. Now Barbados for the whole week of fish. Big up yourself, Marcia. Jackie, we have chicken Alfredo with Angel here pasta. There you go. There you go. Food for eat. There's nothing wrong with that. Jackie, food for eat. This is an interesting day because all weekend they've kind of broken us off the Anthony and Amber, story for a little bit, and which is great because it gets to highlight the other characters. And there are deep things into the other characters, and I'm going to get into the Brody situation, right? And Angelina, because I think that's probably the deepest of all. Because people are starting to pick up for Angelina. I don't know how them are doing, but they might pick up for Angelina. Chicken wings. That there you have chicken wings. Shrimp and grits. Shrimp and grits. Okay, that's interesting. That's an interesting meal. Let's see. Fried marlin and macaroni and cheese. Okay, me like that. Me like that. People are picking up. I like the meals that you have coming in. Good. Once you check in, just check in your meal where you are having at the day. I mean, me know what's going on. I have asked them question there. So other people say meals. Cooked baked chicken, black beans and white rice. Well, that's how it works. Nice. Very healthy meals. I realize people are cooked, which is great. Do you understand? You don't get a chance to. Me understand nothing wrong with that. You understand? Sometimes you have to just, do what you have to do. But yeah, so what's going on here is that a lot of blames are going around. Ken is blaming Julie, and Julie blame Ken, and Julie also blame, Mama Nat, and a whole heap of blame for go around. We're not quite sure what exactly is taking place. But okay, so this whole story between Ken and Julie and Mama Nat and Brittany. All right, I'm trying to decipher in between it. It's an interesting story because all of them are now complaining and them are cuss. But Ken say him want a divorce. There's another man who want another divorce. It's divorce weekend. May I realize a divorce week.
This anymore. I want a divorce.
What? What?
Your conniving, your manipulation. I can't do it. You never think about consequences or who's going to get hurt for things. We hurt Natalie. We put her through years of hell. That money was just a drop in the bucket of saying sorry. But you can't even have any compassion for that.
All right. So he said this, and I kind of understand this point that he's making. Hold on before you think I'm picking up for him. I understand the point he's making here, right? Divorce in a fashion right now. Nancy me the scratcher. Divorce is in fashion. The thing is this. Him complain about the whole idea that, she not even give some compassion to Natalie, which is true. Because the truth is, come on, Julie take the woman, man, right? She took the man. Julie has taken this man, and she now has the man for herself, right? She took the man from, Mama Nat. She also pretty much took the child with her too, because Brittany is pretty much very loyal to her, okay? Nanya, welcome to the chat, pick up yourself. Julie's, Brittany is loyal to her nonetheless. So she took the man. And on top of taking the man, she's rubbing it in. And I think that that's the point he's making, that she'll rub it in. Mama not really does deserve 100 grand for even soothe her issues with the fact that she lose her husband. I feel like, you know, if you're going, at least give her something. Julie took the man, see? Big up yourself, Rhonda. Julie take the man. Julie has taken this man, and Julie has no compassion for the fact that she has taken this man. In other words, she just blame everything for everybody else instead of whatever it is. Am I looking at that wrong? Does mama not deserve the $100,000? Let me ask that question. Does mama not deserve the $100,000? There you go. Does mama not deserve the $100,000? Explain that to me first. Let me see if I'm off. Ping pong. It's a King Black and Four. Let me ask a question. Ken's argument is that mama not. Big up yourself. Dolores, big up yourself. Clarence, big up yourself. Katrina All, big up yourself. Christopher, big up yourself. A whole heap of delusion are going on at the place. A whole heap of delusions. So me I say, does mama not deserve the $100,000? Me think the 100 grand is a drop in the bucket. If you're going to take this man, right? Let's say he's working on his success. And Mama Nat has been there, and you know what I mean, Mama Nat has been trying to be there. And you came by and you have some more money and you sweep him off his foot, you help him out and until he leaves his wife. Because that's exactly what I think has happened. Right? Me think say, Labrador, big up yourself, welcome to the chat. And we big up yourself, welcome to the chat. I think that she swept Ken off his feet with some money, right? And so the man has left his wife. I think this what happened. And no level of compassion at all. I mean, I say, well, okay, I mean, I understand that part of it. No, that's just the only part. But I understand he was gambling a lot and mama not do the best she could. But she lose her money and so, you know, the snow bunny came in and saved him out.
It's still all about you. You know what? And then you put Brittany at risk. You know, you want to mend your relationship with Sean, and I hope you can, and I hope he can forgive you. But how dare you interfere with mine?
All right. So that's another piece of the puzzle. So calling, what Julie has done is called, what you call it, Keith to the party. And Keith needs to come to the party. Now, this is where I'm going to flag Ken, because Keith deserves to be at this party. If Keith is the father of this child, he deserves to father that child. Whatever mistake Mama Nat and Keith make, me not care what it is, they have a right to tell Brittany what's really going on. I think it's unfair for them not to tell Brittany what's happening. It's unfair for them not to let Brittany know who is a real father. If Keith is a real father, tell her. I don't care how old she is. So me have to ask this question. Would you want to know? Would you want to know your real father? There you go. Would you want to know your real father? May I tell you right now, I personally would want to know my real father. If my real father is a next person, me need to know him. Me no business if me ever upset. I don't care if I'm going to be upset with you. I deserve to know who my real father is. So may I beat Ken with that right there. I mean, right, yes. I'm beating Ken right there, so because I Ken and Keith. Would you want to know your real father? You want to know your real father? Me not believe they should be hiding this from Brittany. So this is where me wrong Ken. I think Ken wrong. What Casey? Julie called Keith. There you go. Thank you very much. So Casey, Julie called Keith to pretty much spite, you know what I mean, to spite Ken. So it really wasn't in Brittany's best interest. That is true. That is actually true as well. That is true. That is true. Kay, I agree with that point. That two things can be true. But Ken also needs to allow Brittany to know who her real father is. I don't care how much issue them have in need to know as well. Money, big up yourself. Where's the money? Seems like Julia wanted Mama Nat life. There you go. Yes, me feel like I the same thing. Rhonda, where's the Rhonda? Yes, she needs to know. You have a right to know. Them say you have a right to know. You have a right to know. You have a right to know your real father. I think that it's unfair what they're doing to Brittany by not allowing her to know who her real father is. Right? And then, you know, Julie is pushing herself up a lot. And like I said before, I know some people are you know, them thankful that for the fact that Julie has sent her to school. And I get all of that she spent some money. But spending the money doesn't mean that you can disrespect mother. It's just that. I'm not backing off of that. I know she has assisted Brittany to go to school, but that doesn't mean you must disrespect Mama Nat. That don't mean that. And she keeps doing this over and over again, which gives me an indication as to who Julie is. That's all me I say. It give me an indication who may I deal when we talk to Julie. This is what I mean. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. This keeps happening over and over again. Can you imagine you thief a woman, man? Just, here it is. You stole a woman, man. And then you cuss her, say it's her fault. I don't get that part. I'm not getting.
First of all, he was mine first. Second of all, you caused all this little riffraff that's going on right now, and you got yourself asked for a divorce because you called in Keith. You messed up, little girl. That was your fault.
Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood. You understand? Big up yourself, Deborah. Big up yourself. Little Red Riding Hood. This is what Mama Nat called her. So I was Deborah, big up yourself. We're going to start calling her Angela Ross. Big up yourself. We're going to start calling her Little Red Riding Hood because this is what Mama Nat called her. So she has created this storm. And now that Little Red Riding Hood has created this storm, God is not big of herself. Now that she has created this storm, she has complained to Mama Nat. She can't manage it. She need a key. This is what Mama Nat call her. Little Red Riding Hood.
You messed up and you can't own it.
Let me tell you something.
Tell me what?
Me calling in Keith ain't a reason for my husband to ask me for a divorce. So there's something else going on.
She always believes something is going on. It's just, there's something else going on. Me calling in Keith can't allow nothing like that. There is something going on. I know you're doing something, Natalie. Natalie, I know you're doing something, Natalie. You've always wanted Kim. There is nothing going on more than Julie has been manipulative. What I'm realizing is Julie is a trickster. This is another Shayla. Maybe Julie can trick y'all, but she can't trick me. Julie is another Shayla, is another version of Shayla. You gotta know, Natalie. How dare you? How dare you try all this with Ken? You know better. You know better how to work this here. How dare... Marian, big up yourself. Sharon, big up yourself. Welcome to the chat. This is what's happening. Little Red Riding Hood cannot take it. She can't manage it. You know what's going on.
No. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. See, you don't know him as well as you think you do.
Oh, really? Why don't you tell me a little bit about him? Because I know there's something you're holding out on.
I ain't holding nothing. I'm not holding back on nothing. So what? So what you want me to do now? Throw a sob and pity party for you? What?
That is true. Why should Mama not pity party for her? She don't want no Mama not smoke because Mama not voice deep. Okay, guys. I love Mama Nat, but her voice deep. I'm just... She doesn't want any other Mama Nat smoke. I love Mama Nat, but her voice is... Can we agree that her voice is deep? Mama Nat's voice is a bit deep like mine, you know? She has aged since the series. She has aged. That is true. That is absolutely true. You know, you don't want a mama not smoke. Mama not to drag her right in here, so. You know what I mean? Mama not to drag her right in here. You know what I mean? You know, you just but me love mama not nonetheless. Me love her because she's very honest. She's very honest, so me love her, you know? I love the fact that Mama Nat has, well, you know, for the most part, she's very blunt. Now, the key thing she needs to talk about. But for the most part, Mama Nat is pretty blunt, and this is a blunt statement she's giving right here.
What you want? The divorce party? What do you want here today, Julie?
I want to know what you're doing, because I'm going to find out. I am going to find out.
Nothing. I'm not doing anything. I'm just trying to be the best me I can be, trying to love my daughter and get my man back. So what you want?
So holier than thou.
I didn't say that. You did.
No, you did. You just basically told me that, and I see right through it.
See, she just tell her a while ago. Mama Nat was very, very clear. She want the man back for herself. And hey, rightfully, I cannot complain. So I cannot complain. Is it wrong for Mama Nat to want? Is it wrong? For, let me ask you, is it wrong for Mama Nat to want Ken back? There you go. Let me ask that question. Is it wrong? Is it wrong for Mama Nat to want Ken back? That's a good question, a solid question. Is it wrong? Rhonda, you want that? No. Is it wrong? The woman want her husband back. Her husband was stolen and she want the man back. She want him back. So may I check if it's wrong. I mean, I think, not, hey, it is what it is. If you think he was a great man, Rhonda said humiliating. Rhonda, I think Mama Nat is just trying to see if she can play back the game that was played on her. You say Mama Nat can't do no wrong? Right or wrong? Mama Nat told Julie how she feel. And that's what I'm saying. Who that? Dora? Dora, I agree with you. That's what I love about Mama Nat, you know. She hit the nail right on the head. She going to tell you. She's going to be very forthcoming. She never hide it any at all. She said, listen to me, man. Listen to me. She want the man back for herself. And you can't blame her for, you know, she put in the, you see, maybe because she put the groundwork in. Maybe that's what somebody said that before. Angela Atkins said, welcome to the chat. Felicia, welcome to the chat. Maybe because Mama Nat put the groundwork in. Maybe that's why she want the man back. I understand that. Me get it. When you put the groundwork in a person, you know what I mean? You want your returns. You know, I cannot blame you. If you've put 7 years into a man as a woman, you're going to want the man to be there for the other 7 years then, so you can get a return. If I put some time in a woman, say I put 4 or 5 years in a woman, I want my time back. What do you mean? You know, it's a natural feeling is what I'm saying. But Little Red Riding Hood is, you know, it's a natural feeling. Now, Rhonda, I understand what you're saying though. It is humiliating to take the man back after he has, what do you call it? After he has left, or to take a woman back after she has left. It is humiliating. I'm just saying that the feeling of wanting them back, nothing is wrong with that. It's natural for you to want them back. Now, as if you take them back, is a different story. So Rhonda, it's a different story if you take the man back, you know, or if you take the woman back. That's a different story. Because if a woman crosses the line with another man, yes, I might want my woman, yes, but I don't want her back. But it's a natural feeling to feel like, you know, you wanted to have her on the list, especially if it's a wife you've had for a long time or it's a husband you have for a long. I'm not talking about 1 year relationship and 2 year relationship. Those you can break off easy. In a Mama Nat's case, I'm talking about a 10 years where you've invested lots of time. That's all I'm saying. That's all I say. And AS makes sense. Me understand. You can call it real love as well too. You never know. Maybe it is that you didn't realize that you could have been a better. It's also, here's another take, Rhonda. Maybe it is that I've been replaced him 15 years. I replace him. All me say is this. It could also be that in your mind, right? It could be that in your mind, you just realized why it never worked out. Anyways, maybe you needed a time apart to see why it didn't work out. In other words, was I great? Did I do, the things I needed to do? Was I compromising? Was I listening? Was I not listening? Maybe you needed that time. I'm just giving you things out there because people go back sometime. So that's all I'm saying. Where's the Julie been doing 15 years?
You know what? You're going to point your finger at me one time, 2 minutes, and I'm going to break it off. Now, what you're going to need to do is get up out of here.
You know what? You don't have to ask me, because I'm ready to walk out this door right now, and I'm keeping my eye on you. I'm doing some digging, because I know there's something going on that you're not telling me.
Girl, look, if there was something I want to tell you, I'd tell you. I am not scared of you. Never have been, never will be.
There you go. So that maybe that's why we love Mama Nat, because we love her. We love her boldness and her brass attitude. Yeah, man. We love her, her boldness. This is the part of Mama Nat I think that we are in love with. Now, I can see them giving us a story a lot because it does have a good ring to it. The Mama Nat and Julie story, the competition between the two of them, and they seem to work very well. She and Liquor Red Riding would work very well. Angela, what you say? But why Julie mad? She took the man. Exactly. So she took the man away. Sometimes that's the thing. So I went and healed. Rhonda, that's correct. Some of the time you may need it to go heal and do your own little thing. So sometimes you might need the healing. And I think Mama Nat needed a lot of healing. Maybe she was an aggressive black woman. And I'm not saying all black women are aggressive. Get that out of your head. That's just a narrative they paint on black women. It's not true. And white women are aggressive too. So don't even bother trying to say they can. Oh, well, no. White women are aggressive as well. They may not be physically aggressive, and sometimes they are, but they are verbally aggressive. At times. Other races of women are just as aggressive. Black women just seem to get a rap on the whole idea of, because she speaks her mind, she get whatever it is. I'm just saying. So make sure something know. Polly, where you say, Polly? What Polly say? Welcome to the chat, Polly. And Paula, welcome to the chat. MYM, welcome to the chat. Nikki E, welcome to the chat. Mama Nat, I'm going to slap her. If Mama Nat slap her. Oh, y'all love Mama Nat. I'm realizing I love Mama Nat, Do you love Mama Nat? Let me see how much you love Mama Nat. I feel like I couldn't love. Don't start on it, you're pushing it. No, random, I'm not push it. All me I say is, it just depends. It depends. Some people will go back and some people don't go back. That's all me I say. Sometimes you need the healing, sometimes, That's the deal. That's just the deal. Also, I say, some of the times that, Mama Nat is just she has more, is a more aggressive woman. That's just the deal. But that's who she is. That's her character. She's still loving, but she's just a bit more aggressive. And I'm saying as well, it doesn't mean I'm not painting the black woman aggressive narrative. Because every other woman gets aggressive too. So, me just try and dump that one. I don't go with that either. That's all I was saying. So this is the deal with Mama Nat. We wanted to work the Mama Nat thing out. All right. So, before me get to Brody, Anthony asked some questions of Shayla, right? Him asked some whole heap of questions, and them very interesting questions, very, very interesting questions. So this was her question. It's all good. Here and I have to clear it up. I have to make sure I don't want the internet land come run with it, Oh, well, see it? No, I don't want them run with it. Don't use this channel to run with that narrative. All right. So Shayla is asking, is she special? Shayla is asking if she's special.
So why do men prefer other women when they've actually married a woman?
I mean, like I said, I can't speak for most men. I mean, If you talk to somebody who's been in a relationship for over 30, 40 years. And
Does it just get boring, or?
It could. It could get boring.
All right. So I must say sometime it get boring. Is Anthony telling the truth? All right. So let me ask you now. Shayla asking a question, and she asking why the man go to the next little mistress. So it's come guys, nobody give me one the best today. Give me one the best. Nobody give me your best. M. Johnson in the chat because he might complain, you know. Felice Kenyatta, big up yourself. Alright, me know you can't stand it. But Shayla is asking, is the next woman special? She asking. So now I'm asking these questions of y'all. Won't have with that. Liars are us. When I say, believe not what I say. Well, Anthony he's making the case that sometimes it has to do with the mere fact that the man feel bored. Does he ever ask Amber? He raggy. He's raggedy, but correct. He would know. That's what I said. Angela is a true goddess. What goddess say? Ultimate betrayal. Ultimate betrayal. All right. Anthony is telling the truth. Shayla is still trying to find herself. All right. Me think him tell the truth so far now. People, and I was saying this in the video when I was doing it. To me, when people just get up and go off on them cheating rampage, I think that they're bored. Me think you get bored as a man. A bored, you get bored, and you decide your mind, say, just want some other boom boom. That's just, you're just bored. You're not using anything to replace that level of boredom then. Or you think that, the woman needs to do something else. And so your mind starts to wander, which is the best time for you to start making sure so you get some counseling for yourself and try to ask a woman to go counseling with you so you can rekindle the flame. But people don't really do that. Instead, them just,
Or it's just, maybe they just want something new. Women can marry for financial reasons.
Yeah.
So if a man really decides to take that step and get married, he's pretty much doing it for love.
So it's nothing special about the mistress. It's just...
It may just be something exciting. Something exciting. Yeah.
All right. Here's why I came into this. Because finally, here's what me think. So Angela Atkinson said, I don't believe that, O'Neill. Angela, here's what I think. Finally, Shayla has the answer she's been looking for. Shayla is lost. Somebody said that in the chat that Shayla lost. I agree with you. And I think finally she has come to understand what's going on here. Finally, she has come to understand what's going on. And what's going on, what is going on is that, what is going on? What is going on is that he has become bored. He just wanted something new. Shayla was something new and she's no longer anything new. And she's starting to see that right now. She asking him this question because she need to ask question. Because she thought she was going to be number one, but she's not going to be number one. Me think she'll feel it. He might tell her that she's the mistress. Subconsciously, he's telling her she is the mistress. That's what he might tell her. He is subconsciously telling her she is the mistress. There you go. I believe this one. He's subconsciously telling her she is the mistress. True or lie? Yes or no? Tell me. If I lie, me I tell. Okay, where I say? Okay, I'm talking about the wife, not the mistress. Is this what it is? Is this what he's telling her? He's telling her subconsciously, you are the mistress. right up, Money. Don't worry yourself, Money. Money, don't worry yourself. We're coming right up. Money says if she can get a side order. Money, you are absolutely correct. Don't worry yourself. Let me bring up the side order right now. Money. Money rich as you know. Side McDonald's. Oh God. Side order. We can't even spell. We're excited. Side orders. There you go, Moni. Side. She's telling her that she's a side piece. Side order. This is exactly where she is right now. 1-800 side piece. Yes. 1-800 side piece. The fat lady is singing. He's telling her very politely, there's nothing special about you. There is nothing special about, that's right, Goddess Land and Salt and he is telling her, there is nothing, Shayla, there's nothing special about you right now. Nothing special about you. In a nutshell, that's what I tell her. That's what I tell her. Side piece. Side piece. Guys, yes, right. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. That gets people here. SPIT. Side piece in trading. Coined by Chico 1977. He might tell her in not so many words, Shayla, there's nothing special about you. This was an interesting scene to watch because she asked him a direct question. And she thinks he didn't answer her question, but he did. She just never liked the answer what she get. Or did he not? Felicia, what you say? Table salt. We're not calling my table. Him not marrying her typing at the beginning. That's correct. That's correct. He said, who did say that? Kenyatta, yes. I remember that. He told her that she is the type of man, she deserves a man like Arby. And that him tell her. Side piece in trading. That is exactly correct. It's Jerina, you're correct. It's worn off. She asks a good question, you know, she thinks she never get the answer, but she got the answer that she's looking for. No, sometimes people tell us the truth and we don't take it because we don't want to answer there. Sometimes we don't take the answer, but that's the answer. Them tell we the truth, but we don't want to take that answer because we think that, you know, we deserve another answer. So, you know, but them answer you for real. Yeah. If the baby is not his, this is over. Yes, I'm going into it, Pauline. Don't worry yourself, Paula. Don't worry yourself. Me, I get into it. Big up yourself. Miss V, big up yourself. Everything goes over it does go over her head. Shayla is very slow. Sometimes she's slow. She really slow most of the time. The thrill is gone. It's gone. It's totally gone. Okay, so let me just get into the main course. Come on, those side stories, I had to give them some time and, you know what I mean, make sure I say those side stories get some time. All right. So, make we get into the meat of the matter what we really come on today for. Angelina is trying to make a case. And it looked like she have some supporters on my channel. Because what happens, I find, on the channel is that. Good evening, Polly. Big up yourself. Tamala, big up yourself. Who else? Sandra, Felix, big up yourself. Marty, big up yourself. There are some people who are on the channel who I realize that you have. It seems like they're fighting, they're battling, riding with a woman and truth. So them battle riding with the female because you think that the female, you know, is always right. And truth. Now, let me say it unequivocally. I might talk, but me now ride with the man them when the man them I do the foolishness. Like, Kenny still cheating on his wife nonetheless. That is something to call out. You understand? Brody cheating on his wife, that is something to call out. I'm not giving them the right. Because none of them the right. Nobody it has no blemish on the show. Nobody at all on the show. There is not one person who's spotless. None of the characters on the show is spotless. None of them spotless. So don't even try to see if you can say, oh, well, they're not spotless and whatever it is. That's the deal. But let's get into what Angelina is trying to convince us. Like we're idiots. She'll try to convince us that she didn't do anything at all and that she believes something else. She's trying to convince us.
I was investing my time into Shayla's situation because she needs me. She needs support.
Really? So Shayla has taken, let's work this out. Let's work this out. Shayla has slept with her best friend's husband, had a child, and she needs support. Really? She needs support. Maybe need to learn this. What kind of support Shayla need? How can you support someone who is doing that? So this is what she's giving us now. She's giving us that Shayla needs this support and she needs the assistance. If you take somebody else, man, how the support come into that? That part gets me. So me get weird now when me hear these things. But let's keep going.
If he wanted that, he could have surely joined in. But he didn't.
Hold on. So she's saying Brody should have joined in on trying to support Shayla. I think that's what she's trying. That's what she'll try to give us. That's what she's trying to give us. So Shayla is taking someone else's husband. And if y'all watch the series, the people who arguing with me and telling me how wrong Brody is, because this is what I'm getting, what I'm getting is how wrong Mr. Brody is, because all them see is the cheating. And I keep telling y'all, with relationships, the cheating is what now? The symptom of the big problem. Just like when you have cold and you're sneezing and you're coughing and you're doing all sorts of different things and you have a fever, that's a symptom. The problem is the real problem, which is the cold you have. Money where you say, full of crap. So now that karma has come around, just listen to how she's talking about this. She's saying Brody should have, work with her. Brody was not supporting Shayla. Why should Brody have been supporting Shayla? You're right, Dora. Why he didn't want to support Shayla, and he kept saying, if y'all remember, Brody kept saying, Angelina, spend some time with me. Instead, Angelina was working on Anthony and Shayla when she needed to allow them to go through what they're going through by themselves. She needs job support. And that is the point. This is where I can't agree with the people who are trying to say them can turn Angelina into this angel. Angelina cannot be an angel because she know much better. When the shoe is on your foot, that's the only time, oh, poor me. But when it was someone else, when it was Amber, it never mattered. Remember, Angelina actually was campaigning against Amber. Remember that. Remember that Angelina came around before and kept telling Shayla how to get Anthony. Remember them things, Yeah, man, people feel... Chico 1977, I was appalled. I was in my little wine tasting trip. I'll buy a bottle of wine. I need to find ways and means that we can send products to you guys. But me in on the wine trip and I was appalled. I was appalled at some of the comments at when people trying to say them can feel soft-hearted for Angelina. Angelina?
So you're not giving him a chance? You're just going to give up on Dad?
Honey, that is not giving up. That is taking a stand for what I believe in.
So she said, she's taking a stand. So let me ask you, the ladies, is Angelina taking a stand. Let me ask one of that. Moriah, thank you very much, because she even have a meeting. She even have a meeting with the people. This is how far Angelina went. I want everyone to understand how far the people were arguing with me in the comments there. People really argue Angelina side. Me say, what? Did she take any stand? What kind of stand Angelina take? What I'm doing is I'm taking a stand. I don't agree with what's going on. I mean, after all, it's been over 20 years that I've been with Brody, and but she said she had to take a stand. So she said, Angelina said she has been taking a stand. Me don't know which stand she take. Me don't know which stand Angelina take. Wanna come get me? Because she hypocritical. Who said that? Lisa Dish. Of course she hypocritical. This is being a hypocrite, and you cannot win the argument. Don't say because Brody is the one that's on the cheating side does not mean that's the overall problem. Giving out the golden toilet, that is not the problem.
Why is it okay for Anthony to do what he's doing? And I mean, have you thought about that?
I have. And can I tell you something? And I'm glad that you asked this, because you need to hear this from me. I don't condone it.
She says she don't condone it. I want to answer the question. Angelina said she does not condone what Anthony has going on. She says she not condone it. She said she don't condone it. Uno tell me. I don't know how Angelina still have support. You have women out there who, let me say it again. If you're on the live, me I tell you right now, you're battling with a woman's need to be right and the truth. If you are on this live, you are battling with those two things. And that you are battling with. Let me just tell you where you battle with. Men battle with it too. It's called bias. You're battling with the truth. It's like a man battling with the truth and trying to make the man right. It happened with men too. And we're just calling it out from Angelina's standpoint. And so we're talking about it from a woman perspective. But that's not true. I don't know. This is a lie. It's a lie. It's an absolute lie. She said she don't agree with it.
I think it's abominable.
Really?
Yeah, really. But let me tell you something. I came into the situation and they were already in that mess. All I needed to do was make sure that I stood by Shayla. She wants to be with Anthony. That's her choice. That's Kai's father. I don't have a dog in that fight at all.
Angelina says she doesn't have a dog in that fight. Does Angelina have a dog in the fight? You don't answer me because maybe I lose. Maybe I'm losing touch. Maybe I'm biased. So I wanted to discuss this because people tell me off on the channel. They tell me off and I say, okay, I have to come live. As tired as me is today, I have to come live. We'll talk about this. Maybe O'Neal is overthinking this whole thing. He's getting nuts. Does Angelina have a dog in the fight? She says she don't have a dog in the fight. Diana, thank you very much. Angela, what you say? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So that is the question. Oh, she treated Anthony like a golden prize and treated Brody terribly. That is the question. She says she don't have a dog in the fight. They were already hooked up before I got there, so I didn't do a thing at all. I was just supporting Shayla. In fact, I don't have a dog in the fight. It's her choice. She can do whatever she wanted. However, I'm going to give my Anthony a golden toilet seat because, after all, he's our star player, dribbling up the court. Lied woman and tell but she not have a dog in the fight. Lied. She was being paid. Angelina said she not have a dog in the fight. Thank you very much, Angela. She should have said no. And that's the point me I raise. For those people who were tackling me in the comment section to tell me, oh, Brody wrong. And guys, me get it. Should Brody have cheated? No. And in fact, Mr. Brody has been taking responsibility for him thing. Him tell you. He says, yes, it's my fault. In fact, he's even saying you can't blame the woman. You have to blame me because I'm the one in this case that has created this fiasco. I mean, know I'm created to get Angelina attention. He has finally got her attention. Sometimes people are going to do some things to get your attention. No. Would you have wanted them to do this to get your attention? No. But guess what? If that's the loudest him can speak, that's the loudest him can speak. Carolyn, big up yourself. That's what it is. Says she not have a dog in the fight. It's lie, she lie, but she not have a dog in the fight. Lie, she tell. Say what you want about Mr. Brody. Mr. Brody has taken responsibility. Him not shy from it any at all. That's exactly why I'm cool with him, Because he's not shy from it at all. He's not. And then I asked the question, if Angelina has kicked him out of the house and him decide him going to live with the mistress, why is Zashri upset? Oh, Zashri for upset about that. She kick him out of the house. Ladies, if me kick you out of my house, if me and you are together as a man, and me kick you out of the house, and you get up and find the next man, what me for say? Me can't say nothing. Me run you out. Me put you out. Literally put you out. She put Brody out. Let's not forget to throw him things them out. Yes, you are correct. I know sympathy I'm talking about, Tamala, I'm not talking about sympathy when it comes to Brody. What I'm talking about is that Angelina cannot be on here trying to get any right either. None of them gets the right. And that was what I prefaced this conversation by saying. Both of them are wrong. And that's why Brody keeps saying it is a situation between me and your mother. No one else. Nobody else will cause anything. Me and your mother have issues. Me and your mother have issues. Not anyone else. Me and your mother. That is the point me I make. That is the point. So you have to allow that to play out between both of them. Let's not forget that Brody have been trying to talk to her. But just tell you exactly how these things work. And you can't ignore it. You can't ignore a man or ignore a personnel. No, man, don't think I'm even trying to pick up anything at all. No. Brody wrong, and Brody has taken his responsibility. Brody and Anthony is two different beings in this scenario because at least Brody is telling you a theme fault. And him now give you any excuse. Him now say, well, because of this and because of this. All him tell you is, hey, him and Angelina house already gone. Let me put you in on the scenario. Let me put you in on the situation that we had the argument over. There's stories between, there we go. Thank you very much. It's between Angelina and Brody. And that's the point that they're raising. That was the point that they're raising. That's the point. Zash don't even be there trying to correct anything. Make the people them work out anything. They're not Anthony. Them are big people.
How does it feel to be a homewrecker?
Zash, she's not a homewrecker.
It's okay. She can talk. I wouldn't consider myself to be a homewrecker.
Okay, so this is it, Dad. This is what you're gonna do. You're leaving Mom.
The best thing for him right
For
now
her?
is to be in a position where he can get his mind back right. He has not been, your dad has not been happy. Come on, be honest.
Nobody's being honest. Nobody is being honest. Nobody is being honest. Angela, thank you very much. I'm glad say you put it in the Angelina. And Angela. I'm glad you put it in here, Angela, so people see this. Brody kept telling Angelina, Angelina, you need to spend time with me. You need to spend time. And normally, you know, normally, men aren't very vocal about their feelings. Normally, men are not very vocal. It's normally a woman vocal. Normally, a man not as vocal. But he has spent the time saying, hey, spend some time. Brody was never going to leave thing there. Brody was never going to leave Angelina. Angelina is just not spending any time with the man. No, what the life coach has done is not correct either. So you want me to give a beating there? So yes, that's not correct either because you don't date your client. Those things are a crossing of what you call it, of professional lines. So, and she has stated, she rang too. Brody said he got needed. She put Brody out. Felicia, she put out Brody. She throw Brody things them outside. Yeah, man. Brody literally say, you know what? I'm tired of this. I think Brody just got so tired. Brody was warning her. Who said that? Diana, thank you very much. And Angela, I think that I'm with you 100%. Angela said, for me, I believe that Angelina neglected her husband for over the years and he has had enough. I think that that's what has happened. I think that that's exactly what has happened. She has ignored the man. And if she has got through menopause, MYM, she need to seek a doctor and tell Brody that. So him know so he can deal with it. Or if it do something he can do. I don't know how. Diana, thank you very much for being honest and real. Because some people don't want to be honest and real, you know. If a man not spending time with you, you're going to get it from somewhere else. Ladies, I want to be real with this. If a man has been neglecting you over and over and over and over again, you're going to get it from somewhere else. Okay, where you tell me? You could have tried to tell me right now, say, no, honey, I'm just going to be okay and fine. You might not do it today. You might not do it next week. You might not do it next month. You might not do it the next 6 months, but within a year or so, you're going to do it. You're going to get fed up. And I think Brody was fed up. Nanya, what you say? Nanya agree with her too. Again, Brody is old. Brody might not be your type, but he's their type. Brody has been neglected. That's the point we are raised, Tamala. Brody has been neglected. And you can't neglect your spouse. That's a grounds for divorce. Neglecting your spouse is a grounds for divorce. There you go. Rhonda, tell the writers them say my cheat. That is correct, Rhonda. They do listen to the channel and watch the channel. So them get little pieces. Yes. Where's the Angela Ross? Well, Amber's doing the same thing. Dating her tenant. A dog gets tired, man. And that's why Amber just get tired. And see, she gone. She date somebody else too. Brody look much happier. Miss V, thank you very much. Brody look happier since he has left Angelina. Since him leave Angelina, he looks much happier.
She's been here for me. Your mother kicked me out. She's here.
Yeah, because of what you're doing. Because you're here with her.
No. Angelina kicked out Brody because she thinks that she have everything worked together. In fact, when she started talking about kicking out Brody, she started telling how much she hid the things in her trust and what she has so far and don't even think about touching this because she has done this. Angelina has been leathering up herself long ago. You can't be siding with Angelina. Angelina has been lining her pockets long ago. And don't even think about pets to go because I've already put that in an irrevocable trust. So, Brody, if you think you're gonna get me, you're not at all. In fact, you know what? You can get out, Brody. You can take all your things and you can get over to Pamela. You can go over to go see Pamela. I mean, after all, you're nothing like Anthony. You couldn't even walk a mile in Anthony's shoes. Talk to me, Tamara. What you say? If he's so neglected, he should have moved out before being thrown out and should have filed for a divorce instead of cheating. Tamara, that sounds all good and it sounds lovely. But I beg to disagree with what you said. I beg to disagree. If he should have filed for a divorce, that no mean him never try. What you're saying sounds good enough, Tamala. It sounds like the perfect possible thing, But if they're in this marriage for 20 years, Tamala, you think it's just easy for people to just get up and walk out, leave a marriage, unless you're not committed to the marriage? Unless you're not committed to a marriage, that's the only way you're going to just walk out on a marriage. Unless you're not committed. If you're not committed, what you're saying, perfectly fine. If you're not committed to a marriage, whatever you're saying, Tamala, is perfectly fine. Angelina used Brody. In case you don't realize what's going on, she's been using Brody. That's what's been happening. And Tamala and Angelina is the same thing. She's not committed either, because commitment is not just about cheating. Angela, no, it's not Angela, it's Tamala. Commitment is not just about cheating. It's also about time being spent. You can also be uncommitted this way as well. You can be uncommitted this way. So don't make it seem as if the only way you can do commitment is the only thing time you lack commitment is because you go to whatever it is. No, that's not it. That's not just it. Time being spent is also important. If you're not spending enough time, then you're not committed either. You're not committed to spending time. You act like committed is a word that's only equivalent to, that part what that Brody has going on. Use the Brody for his resources. That is very true. And he even said that it's what the man tried to stay committed. What do you mean? He tried to stay committed. What do you mean? He talked to her the entire time. So what? She gets no flack? Is that what we're saying? She gets none of the actual blaming of the entire thing. Is that what we're saying? Try to understand you, Tamala. Let me try to understand the point of view here that you're raising. Are you raising the point then that there's nothing else? Is this the point you're raising? That Angelina has been correct from day one? Is this the point you're raising? Is that the point you're raising? That she have none at all. She has been right the entire time. And there's nothing to worry about. Come on, Tamala, argue it, man. Corletta, welcome to the chat. Let's dig into it, Tamala. See, Tamala, here's what I like about these things. A fairness me doing it on the channel, me call it the spade.
Come on now, you wanted to talk to her and I let you go in and talk to her. But don't badger her like that. I told you it's not her fault. This is between
she's a
me and your
homewrecker.
mother. She's
Dad,
not a
clearly
homewrecker,
she
Dad.
said she's a life coach.
Our
That's not
home
life
was
coaching.
already wrecked. Okay?
You see that? Tamala, have you listened to that? Moya, listen to that. Tamala, Moya, listen to what Brody has just said. He's absolutely correct and he's not even backing from calling it out. Yes, them home already wrecked. Angela could have never been taking care of her household, Tamala, if you're saying that she's also encouraging Shayla to cheat with a married man. That cannot be so. Two things that can't be right at once. Two things can be right at once, yes, but not them two there. You can't say, okay, I'm going to help Shayla to get rid of Amber. But on the same breath, when it comes to me, it's a different thing. No, it means you have double thinking. And it is obvious that that's what's going on. Both of them wreck the home. Based on what you're seeing, Tamala, based on what the information we have, both of them have wrecked the home. If you're telling me that you're watching this entire episode and you think that Angelina is right, that is not correct. We can have a discussion about this one. Let's talk about it. What are we saying here? What exactly are we talking about? So how is Shayla a home wrecker but doesn't get taxed for that? Shayla Anthony Amber situation has nothing to do with Brody. Yes, it does. It does, because here's why it does. Here is why it does. Because at the end, the tail end to before this happened, Tamala, Brody has been screaming to Angelina to get her support. And she has not listened. Instead, what she went to do is to do the opposite of listening to that. What she has done is say, oh, you know what, Shayla? I don't care about what Amber has going on. Even though she's with this person right now, you should spend some time with Anthony nonetheless. Try and remember that Angelina was watching the baby nonetheless. You cannot get those two things one time. You can't have your cake and eat it too. That is hypocritical to try and have a cake and eat it. You can't have that. What is good for the goose must be good for the gander. You can't say, okay, well, this is good for me, but the other things, is not good for whatever it is. No, you can't have that. Tamara, that me want to say that them both neglected part of them thing. That me can agree with. But making out Angelina to be this saint is where me I argue from. Because I'm not saying Brody is not wrong. His action to the end is going to be incorrect. But that doesn't make Angelina correct. That is the argument I argue. Brody stepped out, but nonetheless, you have to ask question, why him step out? These are some of the times and the issues. Because you have underlining issues. Yet again, what may I say? The cheating is the symptom. What is the core problem? What is the disease? If a doctor is going to treat you, if a doctor is going to treat you, he can't just treat the symptoms without finding what's the root cause. And that's the point I'm making. No, not all times cheating makes sense or whatever the deal is, or there are things behind it. Sometimes it's just nothing. You understand? And I get that. But that's not what we have here. They have set up the story for us and given us a story to a line where we can see exactly what was going on. We saw the neglect. She used him to become successful. She even said it. They even said, one journey, you are absolutely correct. Correct, guys. Don't think I'm not with you on saying that Brody is not wrong. But what I'm saying to you as well is we have to ask the question, how did Angelina contribute to it? That's the question I ask. We know Brody wrong already. We already know that piece. We know that Brody is wrong. But the question is, how has she contributed to Brody going into the wrong? And what I'm getting from some of the responses is that she not contributed to it at all. And I'm arguing that point, that there's no way you can argue that. said it is cheaper to keep her. Let me see what I say. Of course, Rhonda, with decision rock solid, man, of course. With decision rock solid. Because this is what we do. We have grown conversations on here. When you know me, I come on and have a grown conversation. Grown conversation. Listen to me. Every time when you see people cheat, even if I had a woman, let me get vulnerable. If I had a woman and she cheat on me, sure, I might say, you know, I'm not going to take her back. I'm going to leave her. But my question always it would be to myself is, O'Neal, what did you do to make her cheat? Me want to know that. Because if I don't know that, the next thing she go into is the same thing will happen again. I'm going to do the same things and she will cheat. So I need to know. So, because I may have contributed to her cheating, maybe me not give the woman enough time and attention. Maybe the woman not get the pipe, you know, she need to get it. Maybe I shout the woman on the pipe. All you guys giving me is Angelina's story. Angelina give me one side of the story of what she has done. Nanya, thank you very much. Angelina has taken no part, and the same. By the way, Tamala, where the Tamala? Don't run, man, don't run. Don't run, Tamala, because of them questions I'm ask, you know. I have to ask why. I don't know, what if I'm not giving the woman the pipe on time? What if I not give the woman no money? What if I not give her enough love? What? I don't know. That can motivate people to cheat. People act like there are ways and means of why people do the things that they do. Okay, thank you very much. Newton's first law, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. You have cause and effect. You don't just have effect. Brodie's cheating is an effect of what cause? And that's the question I'm asking. And they gave us, based on what they gave us, them give us some little pieces of it. But a rock solid discussion we have. We know we have a real heated discussion, big man discussion and big woman discussion right now. Grown conversations. Because we have to have them conversations in the community. Where you there, Tamala? Where you there? Faye, where you say Faye? Tamala, correct. I understand that y'all want to bury Brodie, and that's okay. Bury him. Yes, he has cheated, and I can agree with you. He deserves the burial for cheating. I agree with you. But just not, what I'm not going to allow you to do is to beat up Brodie and have and spare Angelina. As Brodie say, mother say, don't marry Johnny Bravo. Me not going to allow you to spare Angelina because of your implicit bias. I know it's an implicit bias. I know it's a bias. I mean, I call out the bias. Of course I'm calling out the bias. Aye, sir. Crush alert, eh? Say what you want, sir. The point of the matter is this. There are underlying... Come, Tamala, me what you say. He probably didn't give her all that pipe on... Tamala says that Brodie was not given the pipe on time. I don't believe that. Because Brodie was asking her to get intimate. Brodie was the one asking her to get intimate. And since Brodie has been very active. Brodie has been very active. I think that she was the one refusing the pipe. Tamala, come on. Tamala said maybe the pipe is not being true. All right, what is it? We need the real tea from Patty. She knows the truth. She knows the truth. She knows that Angelina has been going through a bunch of foolishness for how long. None of you are correct. I think they're giving us part of the story. And all we're seeing is Angelina's part of the story. And all of a sudden, everybody jump up already and them dip on Angelina's side. Even though Angelina is actively doing the same thing that the side piece she's complaining about is doing. Which is actively wrecking a home. So then maybe I have to ask the question. Is Angelina a home wrecker? There you go. Since as Zastri want to throw the home wrecker out there, since as Zastri wants to throw the home wrecker out there, and come on, Tamala, don't run. Me like the discussion here because they are different point of views. Since you don't want to throw that out there, Shayla needs her support. Is Angelina a home wrecker? Answer that. Answer that. Tell me that part there. Since as they're calling the life coach a home wrecker, and okay, me can give it that. So what is Angelina then? 1-800-MAN-THIEF. Need a man? Call 1-800-MAN-THIEF. If you need your husband stolen, you're tired of your husband, want to dispose of him, if you need a new man, call 1-800-MAN-THIEF. Dial 1-800-MAN-THIEF. Wait a sec. I'm putting that. Refusing of the pipe. Wanna tell me about that part there? Come, don't backward man. Tamala, not backward man. Because Angelina is a part of. Saint B, welcome to the chat. Angelina is a part of the whole thing. Empress Miss T, big up yourself. 1-800-MAN-THIEF. Are you tired of the man you have? Don't have a man? Well, dial 1-800-MAN-THIEF and get yourself a man. It could be a husband, it could be a single man, it could be a man in a relationship. Whoever it is that you need, call 1-800-MAN-THIEF. That's 1-800-MAN-THIEF. Conditions apply. Not hot enough? Can't get a man? Are you having issues finding a man? Needing a man? Wanting a man? Well, dial 1-800-MAN-THIEF. We'll get you a husband, we'll get you a single man, or we'll get you someone in a relationship. Dial 1-800-MAN-THIEF. That's 1-800-MAN-THIEF. Conditions apply. Man-thief. That's what's going on, Tamala. Don't you run. Be humble. Welcome to the chat. Ella, welcome to the chat. Nobody run. Where you run? Go. Tamala, don't run. Don't run, Tamala. Tamala, don't run. You need this in your life today. You need this discussion in your life today. Can you have to be with yourself? Morial, thank you very much. Brody says in one of the series, here I go again, cleaning up the mess that you make. She's been making a lot of messes. And every time Brody has to clean it up. Where's the Brody? What? Yeah, a few drinks of beer. Flirting a little with Ali. But yeah. And she got it, eh? So you're saying she only just out here flirting. That's what you're trying to give us now. Man thief. Let's work on that. Man thief. Zasha can get as sassy as she wants to get. Until Shayla is in the right, no one in that household has the right to speak. Until, this is my stance. Since as she wants to stand up, this is my stance. What are the conditions that apply? There are conditions applying to this man thief situation. Until Shayla is cleaned up and buttoned up, then I'm sticking what I'm saying, which is none of them can talk. Nobody can talk at all. When Nanya, what you say, Nanya? Nanya, thank you very much. Without being over jealous, at least the man tried, Nanya. Me know if him never tried, you'd have had an issue with that. And so would all the ladies. So would all the ladies. You cannot in one fashion be saying one thing and then in the next breath you are okaying what your daughter is doing. It don't sing so. Angelina was looking at you. Did you show? She didn't look for me. I have to tell her to go on. Yes, Shayla was in church faking like she have the Holy Ghost and she Holy Ghost filled and sanctified. Which God? Shayla was in church behaving like she Holy Ghost filled and sanctified. In a church, a hallelujah, hallelujah. Oh Lord. Let her steal from Ali first, eh? Then we can call her man thief. Right now, Pamela, a life coach side piece. Pamela is a man thief. I agree with you, Tamala. Don't run. Type faster. No worry about it, Tamala. I'm just pull it buttons. But the deal is this. She has encouraged the stealing of Amber's husband. She encouraged that. Instead of telling her daughter, hey, you guys got pregnant, well, you know what? What you need to do, Shayla, is leave Anthony alone. Like Brody told her. And allow the man to go back to his family. Like Brody, the adult in the room told her and told him. Instead of saying, this is what you should be doing. Anthony, their church too, I behave like them Holy Ghost fit. Which God, Jeanette? Which God? Both them their church. Which God? Poor Shabby of yourself. Jeanette, welcome to the chat. Jeanette, you asked the right question. Which God, Jeanette? When them talk about God, more know which God them a talk about. Which God? Ground God? Until, don't forget, Tamala, don't forget that she was actively, instead of she tell the young man, say, young man, go on back to your wife. You know what? Let's work this out. You know what? Let's call Amber and have a meeting together and do whatever we need to do. She wasn't doing that. She wasn't doing that at all. What was she doing? This is what she was doing. Well, you know what, Anthony? Don't worry. I think that, Amber, I'm tired of Amber too. And have you started thinking about, covering up your assets? I mean, after all, you're like the star player, dribbling up the court. And I thought that you were just the king, Anthony. And I know that you want my daughter, regardless of if you have Amber, she's just a wife for the time being. But I know that Shayla, my Shayla, is the one that we're going to put in that position. You're going to get her a house and she's going to, stay with you and Kai, my, precious grandson, my grandson. And after all, you're going to do all these things, dribble up the court, star player. Let me tell you something. I've been in marriages and I've spent, 25 years of sacrifice. And what a man may need is that he needs the time. He needs to know that he's wanted. He needs to feel loved. And I've done all these things for Brody. Amber was not doing any of this. And that's why I think you should leave, Anthony. You want a girl like Shayla? My daughter is the best. She's been doing what she's been doing. Let us not forget. Tamala, come on. Nobody run. Let us not forget, Tamala. That was Angelina in a nutshell. They tell our daughter to be a servant side piece. Tabo should have a dog in the fight. You don't have a dog in the fight, but yet still you're watching the baby so the two of them can go up on a trip to get closer. But you don't have a dog in the fight. Right. But now leave it out. She was hating on Amber. We saw these things. What are we talking about here? It's called karma. And that's what she's getting back because of the energy she has put out into the universe. It's called karma. She's not much different from Julie. Well, Natalie, what are you saying? What do you mean? You cannot do that with Ken, of course. I know you're doing something wrong, and I'm going to find out. Don't you worry your little self, Natalie. I'm going to find right out. Don't you worry about that. I know I had it, and he's my man. And of course, Ken is mine, and I'm not going to give him to you. And oh, wow, he didn't want you, baby. He did not want you. He wanted me. You know, but I know you did something to my man. Oh, it's not right. It is not right. Woody Woodpecker and Little Red Riding Hood go together. That's all I'm saying. They have been doing these things. Don't act like they haven't been doing these things. I've been right there for Brittany. You know, I've been there for Brittany. I've been there, Ken. I've been there. I've been there for Brittany. I've been working my butt off. I've given you all of what I can give you. I've done all that I can do for you. But I know there's something going on. And you've been manipulative. You've been manipulating me. You and that crow, Natalie. I know what y'all are up to. You know, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. But I tell you, you better watch your back. You better watch it. I'm going to behave myself. I'm just saying, don't let me pull out these voices today so I can remind you of what they said. Woody Woodpecker and Little Red Riding Hood. Johnny Bravo and Little Red Riding Hood. Let us not forget about that. The Karen undercover. That's correct. Blair says a Karen undercover. You are absolutely correct, Blair. It's a Karen. And I know it's a Karen. May I behave myself. I'm going to behave myself. Karen, when the Karen come out. All of y'all there in the audience know very well with me. You know that you all have been so bad to me. And after all, I mean, I don't deserve any of what they got going on. I don't deserve none of this at all. I've been so good to you. I mean, after all, I've given you so much money when you were in the gutter and you couldn't do all of that for yourself. Ken, I was there. She couldn't support you at all. You know, I had to take care of Brittany. I gave Brittany $50,000 so she could do what she wanted to do. You didn't do all of that. I did that. I did all of that. I did all of that. And don't you dare. The most manipulative. But I know she's doing something. I know that she is doing something to my man. I know. I really do know. That's what's been going on. I'm not saying nothing else. That is what has been going on, Little Red Riding Hood. When is that Little Red Riding Hood is Woody Woodpecker? That's all I'm saying. Seem to be come to the chat because yourself. That's all I'm saying. They have been doing this mess. Locked and loaded up the voice then. That's all I'm saying. But guys, like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys very much for watching the video. Hey, you have a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy your evening and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Keep liking the video. Talk to you soon.